कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. Technology is changing. We're now more connected with our friends and family than ever before. We have more access to information now and better healthcare infrastructure. I know all this because I'm a student of science. We also have more choices when it comes to what food we eat, what phone we buy, and what car we drive. The new Volvo XC40 Recharge is an all-electric car based on Volvo's award-winning compact luxury SUV, the XC40. And it gives you the best electric experience without any compromises. The XC40 Recharge brings a whole new meaning to innovation, performance, and sustainability through a 400 bhp engine, a range of almost 400 kilometers, and use of sustainable materials in both the interior and exterior of the car. The XC40 Recharge is Volvo's most inspiring and caring compact luxury SUV yet. Get a test drive now at a Volvo showroom next to you. The XC40. The XC40. Yes, welcome to Cyrus Says Cock and Bull. Pura naam. It's not Cyrus Says. It's not Cock and Bull. It's Cyrus Says Cock and Bull. It's all together. Presented by Volvo Car India with pet care partners. Heads up for tails. Wow, that's great. What happened to Recharge? I felt Recharge was missing from our commitment. I think young Sparsh, our producer, has lost interest. I'm getting calls right now from Mr. Malhotra himself saying, Roja, you pagal hai kya? I've given you 5 lines. Read the 5 lines. Payment is pending. We're just kidding. We have beautiful guests here today. Kajol and Navin. I see beautiful. It's fine. Is that wrong? Is that wrong?
It's
Low
generic.
self-esteem?
It is true.
I think you would have better
both
adjectives for both of us if you knew us better.
No, but I have many adjectives.
Give nothing.
Yeah.
Give.
Beautiful is very
I'm not
generic.
feeling nasty. I have to feel I can't do wrong impulse things. If I feel nasty, I do nasty. If I'm not, unfortunately, sometimes I do the wrong impulse to the wrong person. That's different. But impulse has to be right.
Yeah.
Speaking of impulse, I was just thinking about this because a few days back we took this photograph of people we haven't met after a long time. So you know how you do it. They take these mid shots or these longest shots, and I don't know why you pull out. You don't have close ups when it's a group, right? So they pull out and take that shot. And you notice that most of us, middle-aged guys and girls and whatever, they all want to put the stomach in. So, but when you push the stomach in for that 1 second ka photo,
Yeah.
your face becomes like constipated.
Yeah.
So it's a trade-off. Do I go for the or do I go for the,
Yeah.
let it all hang out? But my face looks, okay for my age.
Yeah.
And I looked at the photos and I said, it's horrible.
It's all
most
blowfish after
Yeah.
blowfish.
What's wrong? Why do we do that?
But my favorite is the side angle, which women
Yeah.
have mastered now,
Yeah.
where they all go like, no. So because I was like recently in Delhi, a bunch of like bitch ass.
And just to put out, it's not just a Delhi phenomenon. Huh?
No, it is a pretty Delhi phenomenon.
Yeah.
I was there like with
The
my
side move. Are you mad?
No. Wait.
Oh.
The side move is pretty
Oh.
all over the world.
Generic,
but
yeah.
but how I got to noticing the side move is how So I'm there eating breakfast in Khan Market, and 4 women have come to the place. Okay, and they're like, "Bhaiya, aapne bola hai, khana hai nahi?" And all in the same like
It's a homosexual nightmare.
Yeah.
I would have loved this story.
This start-
I can't market 4 aurat. He's like, no!
No, it was great till they were 4 hours, and then the complaining, bitching started. Isme namak kam hai, isme spinach zyada hai, whatever. And then they dropped a glass of water, some coffee was spilled, everything happened. Poor staff had to take care of them. And then once I went, I was waiting downstairs for my Uber, and they also came. And without any kind of idea that I was sitting next to them and annoyed by them, they're like, "Can you take a photo of us?" And I wanted to do this thing where I quickly take my own photo and give it to them.
Yeah.
But then they were very prissy about shaking
now
off.
that you
too.
mentioned that's the horrible moment which small celebrities get all the time. Let me tell you from my own experience.
Yeah.
Where you think they've come to take the photo with you, and then they ask you to take a photo of their group.
Oh God, no,
God.
that's happened.
Happened to you now?
Yeah.
No, it's
Yes,
happened.
it's happened.
Okay.
But I do it with aplomb. I just happily do it, because I'm really bad at taking photographs. So my revenge is your chin is going to be in the shot.
No, but they
That's it.
definitely recognize you, Cyrus. So they're doing it on purpose.
When they actually don't recognize you and there's nobody around and they just ask the passerby to take a photo, it's happened. It's not like it not happened. Yeah, it's fun, bro. It's fun.
I
Because
like going for selfies only. I don't like these long shots.
huge difference, no?
There's a massive difference, yeah. Once...
Never thought of all this before. Just take the photograph and get out of there. Suddenly you're thinking about all these things.
No. The selfies are important. Once Anu Menon and I were having lunch,
Mhm.
and we did
Who's prettier?
She's
Let the
lots
viewer
prettier.
decide.
Oh gosh, she's Anu Menon is
Nice,
stunning.
nice. I like the
Stunning.
technique. You go straight for that so that you're safe. And now people say, no,
No,
you're
no,
prettier.
no.
Suddenly the chat is filled up with people.
Anyone who's met Anu Menon in person,
She's
she
been on
is
TV for like 20
stunning.
years. So like it's great.
Let me
She has
handle
to
this
maintain.
as the straight member, the minority here. Both are very pretty. And I think this is a very subjective question. You should never ask women who's
You
pretty.
only asked first. And
But
then I like how I never asked this question.
The
It
show's
was you who took the onus,
The
and then
show's-
you went and like, oh, we should not like judge and all.
alternative title is He's the Truth. The sponsors aren't happy with bad words and also that's why we know. Ask
Yeah.
Spurs, he loves that title. And Spurs
course.
you won't have to put it up, right? Because even an idiot like me will remember that title. Yeah. Show ka naam
Spurs
kya hai?
resonates
Yeah.
with that very much. Yeah.
So Anu Menon and I were having lunch, and we decided to take a selfie. So this guy at the next table, I think he recognized her. So he said, "Can I take a picture for you?"
This is also Delhi?
No, Bombay, yeah.
Wow.
Salt and Water Cafe. So
Give a plug to
Salt
them.
water only.
Have they paid? They've all never given me a discount. Never. Or Navin.
Why?
I don't know.
It's a good place. Fancy
I
place.
always try to make eye contact with people to get discounts in restaurants and all. I feel really bad when they were really friendly or they recognize you and still don't give the discount.
Yeah.
It's so unfair, yaar. Really.
So he took a lot of pictures of us and we posed, and they were terrible. Okay. You should never ask guys to take long shots of you.
Yeah.
So we were both looking at it, and Anu's like, delete.
Yeah, that sounds like a.
Oh man, the other day, like we were standing under Habitat, Nivedita and I, and we were just like standing there waiting for a rickshaw because it was raining, and we shows up.
Is this
with
on
the-
Carter Road?
Habitat is at car station
Oh, okay, because the Carter Road is very dangerous for her, from what I gather.
for Nivedita, no?
Yeah, all
No,
sex
don't say.
massage.
No,
sex
no, don't say.
It
Don't
happens.
say- No,
She can't go to
We're
Carter
not
Road.
having one more episode
People,
of sex
people
massage,
recognize
sex
her from the
But this is my
podcast and
story.
shout, Niv, sex massage immediately, like old friends.
But she's such a nice person. She wouldn't care about it. I think.
Oh, she's
That's
great.
That's not.
She's
But
fantastic.
wait,
Ah.
Nivedita and I are standing downstairs waiting for a rickshaw or whatever, and Veerdas shows up and he's like, "Hey, what's
Who
up?"
shows up?
Veerdas.
God, you say it like it's Elvis. It's two different names. It's Veer and then there's
Problem
a
is-
Das.
problem is
There's a
that-
Das.
No, that's
You
what.
know, Mac and you going berserk
I
now,
worked
isn't
with
it?
him, right? So it's always been
Veerdas.
weird ass. Like we
Oh,
don't
okay.
call him Veerdas.
Is that-
It's always
He's
weird
actually
ass.
called Weird Ass.
That's his company name. So over time, it's
But
become
when
like
he's in a bad mood also, you say that? Like, when he's screaming, you bastard, where's the text? Or whatever. And you're like,
he's
Weird Ass.
never lost his shit. He's very
No.
like reserved. He's much better as a comic.
He's criticizing me.
He's
I
got
think.
panache. But
He's criticizing my personality. Did you
I didn't say anything. I didn't say better
That's
than
worse
whom.
than the close-up
I didn't
of the
say
photo,
better
yeah.
than whom. I just said he's much better for myself also.
Better, I don't mind. But you're saying personality-wise, he's nice. So that's me.
He's all round. All round, he's a great guy. And that came
How
from
do we change it to He's the Truth? The new title. Huh? Can we change it?
now. It's too late.
Too late.
Too
Yeah.
late. It's your franchise. We are just ticks on your bum.
Hey, no, I'll tell you, it's got a ringing tone to it. I can see it growing
Yeah.
across the country. Who'll
HAC.
deny it?
Yeah.
Any family will say, find a couple of worthy members and say, "Aapka program chalu karo." Taka.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Veer came running like with the jacket like this was raining.
Say his name together again. I love it.
Veerdas.
Yeah.
Same with like we had a neighbor called Ram and his surname was Das. I would
Watch it. Watch it.
I would call him Ram
Watch
Das.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What would you?
No. That's a very dangerous country. So
Okay.
I had to go for Ram straight away. Couldn't you just go for Raju? or
Arey,
something? I
Ram
do
Das
Raju.
is a
Yes.
poet.
Well done. You
Okay.
saved the ball. Next.
But no, so Veer came and some random guy came and put his hand on his shoulder.
Just
Okay,
like that.
just like grabs Veer like this by the neck and it's like, don't I know you from somewhere?
That's
and
also
and
happened. Oh,
Nivedita
God.
and I who are just standing over there, like he's probably from his posse who's around him, and
Yeah.
he just stands like probably doing a shtick or something. It's an improv thing that they do or whatever. We're like, excuse me, I'm talking to my friends, and back the fuck off, he said. And that guy had to like be told twice to go away. And I was like, we both were like, we thought you knew him. The familiarity with which he came and
That just
hung
sounds
himself
awful,
around your
yeah.
neck.
That sounds awful.
But
That
that's
sounds that's
It's
awful.
a horrible position to be in when they tell you, where do I know you from? How do you handle that? Your
No,
arrogance
obviously he
wants
knows
to
him.
come through.
Yeah.
You want to also say who you are,
Yeah.
but you don't want to also because that's your ego is taking a
It
beating
was
on
that
that one.
quizzical, don't I know you
Yeah,
from
yeah,
somewhere?
yeah,
Like fucking slap
So
your
I tell you,
face.
my friend Zubin Barucha, who runs basically Rajasthan Royals,
Mm.
technical director, he used to play for Mumbai, almost played for India. So he with Rahul Dravid was a coach for a little while, and they were in Cuff Parade, one of these upmarket buildings in Cuff Parade, and they were in the lift, and this guy walks in, let's say a banker type, rich guy in his 30s and all, exactly the same. What Navin said. He stops, looks at, does the double take, the bad double take that
Yeah,
you do,
yeah.
Huh? He does the double take, looks at him and says, I know you. So Rahul, of course, doesn't, he's used to it. Rahul Dravid. Everybody knows Rahul Dravid.
yeah.
So very sweetly and meekly, he nods and all that. Weren't you in camping school?
Yeah.
Zubin, who really laughs loudly, he went berserk. He told us all the story.
Yeah.
He didn't rub it and to start laughing. He was like,
That's true.
He didn't. He just had to recall it. This is some guy he grew up with. That's it.
Yeah, it's a similar feeling when like I get recognized out in different city, but not for my comedy, but for Cyrus Says.
Yeah.
And I
Oh, ouch.
people know me from
Ouch.
somewhere
Ah.
at least is what I'm saying.
That's hitting below the belt.
It
yeah,
is
unnecessary.
totally.
Who's
So
belt?
you didn't finish. So what happened then? He just asked the guy to move off. Or
Yeah, then we were all like for 5 seconds we were all like shaken up
the guy was
because
drunk. Why was he so
he
familiar?
was just some rando on the street who walked off the station road, came to Veer, spoke to him.
You don't
like
put your
he-
hand around a guy.
You never do that
Has
in any.
anyone come up to you and actually touched
Oh,
you?
lots. I've got kissed in my lips in Lucknow.
Yeah,
What?
I've been
Okay,
crotch
tell
grabbed
me about this.
at a comedy
And
show.
worse, the letter is singing at the same time.
No, tell.
My last
tell.
words before
Story,
falling unconscious is tunak, tunak, tunak.
Story.
Nothing. So we are anchoring. So in between, just rev the crowd up and all that. And let me tell you, I must say, I don't want to call Lucknow a small city by any standards, but when you go outside Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, etc., sometimes you get a lot of bhav and love. It's almost like they haven't seen anyone for 16 years. So I mean, honestly, they treat you like Salman. So everybody's screaming and shouting, having a great time. So then you start, having a great time. So your performance is better. You chat more, and it's all going good. As comedians, you know that. Once they give, you hit the big
Yeah.
wicket after that, and you can just, everything goes well. So then this guy comes on stage, and the 2-3 bodyguards who are standing there try to stop him. And I, of course, magnanimous egalitarian. I'm not Veer Das. You put your hand around my thing, I put my hand around your thing. So I just, I said, Anido, kya baat hai? No problem. Small, skinny fellow walking up and all that. And he comes, I loves you. And I thought, hug, just take a hug, because it's all, my legend is growing. What do I care? People
Yeah.
are screaming and all that. He didn't let the bodyguard stop them and all. They're all looking good. And then smoke right on the lips.
Oh my God, how do you deal with it?
I was stunned. I really, of all the plans, if he stabbed me, Salman Rushdie moment, okay. You can, because in the back of your head, 1%, you always think when a guy rushes on stage,
Yeah.
you might be attacked. But who's going to kiss you?
Yeah, in that much time you can get more stabs in than a kiss. I've
Crowd
noticed.
screamed. So much for anti-gay India and all. The crowd was like, are really having, let's have more of that.
Yeah,
Then Dalet Baju, Dalet side mein ja,
Yeah.
Bolocha, one more.
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, but I didn't react badly in the sense that I was just stunned. And he didn't. He walked off stage very happy. I don't think he was gay also. Navin, is this
Yeah,
true?
no,
A
he
lot
was
of guys
not.
are not even gay, but they're just affectionate.
It was
when
just an
they're-
admiration, like
Yeah,
the same
it's
way
not-
we kiss God's feet and all.
Exactly.
Like we had this English
Yeah.
teacher who would have to tell us, like, whenever you go and do this and see your mom's doing this
Yeah.
thing where they kiss the glass of the idol or the feet of the idol, don't do that. Just like use your hand and just like take a normal kiss,
Yeah.
because of
Oh,
literally
can you
like
raise? And please don't shoot me for saying this. Can you raise the idol's feet to your mouth if you have a back problem?
if the idol moves, then you're now opening a shrine of
And
your
if it's a
own.
7-foot idol, it might be a problem. Yeah, I can understand.
Then you're checking other things also.
Okay,
It's a
stop
lot
it.
of
Stop.
it's a lot
No,
of
no,
things.
no, 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 no. We
You know what-
Ramdas, we escape. We won't escape every time.
You know what they say
Uh,
about 7 feet?
No, stop it.
It's
Go back
more
to
than
Vidas.
6 feet.
Stop it.
Well, Shavik Bagchi says, we want I loves you on a t-shirt.
And
Please
we
tell
did
Amit.
this. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I loves you is very north here.
But I loves it. I loves it.
Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's acceptable word.
Yeah, even like when I'm on dating apps in the north, it's always like, what do you likes? I'm like,
Delhi,
I like
Delhi 90s?
Chand Sitare.
Delhi 90 house you.
Yeah.
House you was big.
How's you? Even
House
now,
you- I
even
don't know
now.
now. I don't know now if they still use it.
It's
And
supposed to be cool. How's
Yeah.
you?
And
No, once you're there for 3-4 days, it's normal in your head.
yeah,
The first 2 times it's like, how's you?
yeah.
And then after that, you start saying, how's you? So when you come back to
And
Bombay,
the
it's like,
level of
wow.
casualness with which like guys who are flirting with you will call you buddy. It's
Oh, buddy.
even for
Yeah,
girls,
buddy.
they like, "Ha, buddy, what's up?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not your buddy. Like I think
Buddy
next thing he'll
doesn't
call
sound
me
very-
soft.
very
Thank
sexy.
God, Kajol, I don't date women anymore. Otherwise, because I keep saying bro to men and women.
Yeah.
Oh,
When you're trying to
that-
put our girl in the middle, you say, bro, you're looking good. I mean, like, sometimes it's really cute and affectionate. Sometimes a woman's like, what?
You
I'm
know,
like, this
it's
hot
interesting-
woman.
It's
Yeah.
interesting that you bring this up because the Rajya Sabha, okay,
Where did you go with this? What the?
I got a
Flirting with a woman
segue.
in the 50s and bro.
How's you, Rajya Sabha?
I get that. Upper house you.
Yeah, yeah.
so the Rajya Sabha is going to ban the thing. No, sir. They want a gender neutral response instead of no, sir.
Oh, I hate the word sir because it's just unnecessarily, in giving some sense of entitlement to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, okay, I live in Kandivali,
Why do you have to bring it back to
because they
Kandivali?
just have
The
to.
pain is always the angst is Kandivali.
Kandivali is a nice place though. It's a nice sweet spot between Borivali and Malad.
Now I'm feeling bad
yeah.
for her already. Yeah.
So the thing is, whenever even I order a pizza, they always talk to me as yes, sir. And I'm like, how deep
What?
is my voice? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very
Your voice
done
is not.
thing.
Your voice is very feminine.
I
That doesn't
know.
make sense. The guy's an idiot. I mean,
Yeah.
let's just face it.
So I started pitching my voice even higher. But
Oh,
it-
that's
It's
funny.
conditioning, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
even if you watch Delhi Crime, Shefali Shah is being called Madam Sir throughout the entire
No,
show.
but that is also there in the
It's
police
like that's what
force.
like oh, she's a madam, but also with respect. So
lot
sir,
of police guys call the up to now it may change, but in the 20 years back they were always called sir only.
yeah.
What are you going to do?
Even Kiran Bedi was called Madam Sir only, but back
yeah,
in the day.
yeah, madam. So I'm saying no, I'm just bilkul, just sir. That's
Yeah,
it.
I've
my
used
mom used to
sir.
hate being called madam. She's like, I just feel like I have to say, ladkiya dhanda shuru karo. Because madam doesn't have a good
That's
connotation.
if-
madam. That's
What
more
about
like-
a madame?
Yeah.
Like French.
yeah.
What about ma'am G?
Or in the Holland way, madam. That's how that's how they say it.
What about Maji? As you get older, they start saying Maji, Maji, and all to you. Then what?
Uh,
To elderly ladies.
Auntie G.
I'm not your mother, you bastard.
It's Auntie and G also.
once we had gone to eat at the Hare Krishna mission or something. You know,
Just to
that's-
save money. I know.
No, they have damn good.
They have
lunch.
good
That-
food, yeah.
that-
These
that-
Sattvic people.
You be
no?
careful.
I'm,
You
I-
don't-
my
every-
mom was in a Hare Krishna
Once
hospital
people
only.
eye out, every time it's a controversial issue, just be careful what Navin's going to say.
That's what brings the years to the
We're talking
show.
about the good food. It
Yes.
has got so much
Also,
ghee in
also
it.
brings the law to the court. Sorry, Kajol.
Oh,
You know a lot about it.
So we are waiting to eat our free lunch, and
After all that, after
Yeah,
all
the
that,
food is very good. Also, it was free.
Hare Krishna, but free.
and one of the disciples came out and bowed to my mother and said, "Maji, aap andar aayenge." And my mother said, "I'm not going." He called me Maji.
Yeah.
But then what? But
This
if-
Maji ain't eating no Baji.
But they didn't. But they didn't mean bad. No,
No,
what are you
they
gonna
don't.
do?
But it
It's like even the Vidas issue. The guy, you got to, I mean, it's not right what he did, but you got to see whether he, he just doesn't know better sometimes.
But as a child, I always thought it was in chair horrible minister because the N had an apostrophe.
Oh,
So because we had DD screens and like a small black and white
honorable.
TV, it always looked like horrible,
Horrible.
horrible minister in chair.
So what you saw was correct initially, and now you correct
and
it in a bad
and
way.
course correcting was very
Yeah,
difficult after that. I'm like,
very
now I know the reality.
Very bad. Very bad.
You know,
Yeah.
okay, guys, since I'm the host,
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
you're the host.
I'm the host.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
now we find out. It's a
And this
mystery
is
every
the-
episode we
No,
start.
no, Naveen, this is the place where we correct all the injustices and prejudices of society.
Yeah.
Here, female empowerment really happens. Rahul Gandhi, if you're listening, this is
Yeah.
where it really happens.
Yeah.
So
because,
Kajol, what is your preferred?
Because yeah,
it's like ma'am, madam.
I just like to
Maji-
call by my
Maji
name.
bhi hai.
not
I like
Maji.
to
It's
call by
there.
my name.
Okay, cool.
Huh,
But if
Kajol.
you don't know your name, okay, see, name is great, but they don't know your name. So this is like a deal between people, vendor, customer thingy, and they don't know your name.
Then I like to say, I like people to come and say hi. I don't want a title.
See, that's the problem. You can't be too familiar with women. Like how you can say boss or chief with guys. We can get away with tiger also. I've said things like Monty to people.
I think
you know
so.
what
In the gay way, it's like sweetie. That works. It
you can
works all
say
the time.
that.
Yeah,
But
you
if I
can.
say that to a girl, I might get a slap. I
No,
probably
you
will.
won't. You're Parsi.
Like,
You
like,
can
like
use
a, yeah, you can use the Parsi.
If an 18-year-old girl,
You can use a decree everywhere.
Stop saying all wrong advice. Idiots are going to go and do that, and they're going to be put
Yeah,
in
do
jail
it.
for
Do it and
nothing.
tell us how it goes.
Some old
guys.
uncle is, but on Cyrus says that Navin said he just says sweetie. So I called you sweetie.
But
Cyrus, you know
but the
what?
way,
Since
the
I'm the
calling of the way. Yeah.
One second. Since I'm the host, I'm just going to put an end to Cyrus's ages discussion. Okay. I just want to ask the users, do you know what you call an 80-year-old Parsi? Do you know what you call an 80-year-old Parsi?
This is set up for a gag or is it
No, I'm
Google
just
information?
asking you. Do you know
It's
what?
Google information.
Can I throw a joke in there?
Yeah, no,
No, this is a joke. So
It
now
is a
you're
joke.
undermining a joke. This is
Okay.
not women's empowerment.
Okay.
This is not women's
what do you call
empowerment.
an 80-year-old Parsi?
A vulture feed.
Oh dear God, no. You've gone the other way.
Viraf?
I said I had a joke. I didn't say it was a funny one.
You call them middle-aged. Okay, I'm just saying that
Oh, nice,
Cyrus,
nice.
yes. You are
I
in
like
your-
her joke.
I know.
Praiseworthy.
Sparish is dying right now
Yeah,
at mine.
yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
Yes.
so-
So Cyrus, yeah, enough about your age. I mean, you look hot. You
Ooh, flirty.
Yeah, as we've seen from the photo recently, the
photo on Instagram. Oh
the
my
famous
God. I had to like
The hand
fan
between the hand
bip
between
slip.
the
bip
the
slip
hand
bill
between
is what
the-
we're going to call it.
Yeah. Well, you don't have much to show. You have to cover it.
The hand that feeds the
Well, it
country.
feeds nothing. Oh, it's not fed either.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Yeah.
Right. Since I'm the host today.
How you made me feel bad about my life.
I did not make you feel
Naveen,
bad.
in
I
2
was
minutes,
praising it. It was
you
like such a
ripped
nice
me
moment.
From a happy, she made me happy, and then you ripped me apart.
I was very happy with that fact. My father like, who do you work with? I'm like, this guy.
He's the boss.
Yeah. Like, have you seen David?
India's a safe country. See, this guy's show.
Yeah.
All right. Since I'm the host, today we are celebrating World Tourism Day. Today is World
We missed
Tourism
Daughter's Day yesterday or day before. World
But
Daughter's
we're
Day.
celebrating World Tourism
Sorry,
Day.
I shouldn't hijack your line. That's so wrong.
Okay,
That's
but-
why Amit said, let's do 3. because we talk at the same time and hijack each other's lines. You know.
See, it doesn't matter that you do
Yeah,
4 or 3.
exactly.
Because if Cyrus needs someone, he'll turn to Sparsh and talk.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really
I have
matter.
to check if the 22-year-old is paying attention. He's already on his computer talking to his friends and all that. Hi, how are you? How's you? Delhi mein kya haal chal hai? All that's happening on the side. Yeah.
Okay, World Tourism Day. So Cyrus, now you've traveled a lot. Now, Naveen, how many countries have you been to?
Outside India, 2. Not so much.
Outside India,
Yeah,
too means
you're
you count India as a country that you traveled
I mean,
to. How desperate are you? Like
I live-
3 countries, including India. What the hell?
I never said
Nobody in the
that.
history of this
That's what-
answer
that's what I
has
said.
included the country they live in. That's not the country.
That
It's
was
beyond that country.
beyond.
Being close to Nepal, does it count? You know what I'm saying?
Nepal
I
is
mean,
a
I've
nice
been to
country.
Nepal. I'm counting Nepal.
Nepal's
Nepal's a
great.
gorgeous country.
I've been to Nepal
Of
3
course,
times.
same
yeah.
here.
Nice.
I've been on a trek to.
Only Indians will say 3 times. So you don't have to say 3 times. What do you have to say 3 times?
Yeah.
You've been. Yeah.
It's like how they say salam sabji.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Nepal is cool. I went to Australia and Dubai. That's the 3 countries.
Nepal, Australia, Dubai. 3.
Yeah.
That's 3 proper countries.
Yeah, yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. So since you all have traveled a bit, I'm going to be asking 3 questions.
Why
to
you haven't traveled?
I've
Kajol?
traveled a lot,
I
but
mean,
I'm the one asking the questions.
Every time you leave Kandivali, you're traveling.
It's true.
Kali is not a country.
Hmm.
All
From
right.
Thakur
Well, it
village.
should be.
Thakur village is just like the funniest thing
By
ever.
the way, Naveen,
It's a village and it's a Thakur. You know,
By the
like
way,
it's the,
Naveen,
all kinds of
There's
Bollywood.
Let me tell
complex
you-
also.
one sec,
That's
Kajol,
a-
one sec, because
that's
there's also reverse elitism here. Because people don't know outside Mumbai, probably don't know, but Kandivali is also a rich place.
It's a
Very,
very,
very
People
rich
also
not
place.
place.
Kandivali. Thakur village is a
Thakur
rich
village is a
Yeah,
rich
you know what I
place.
mean. It's not like she's going to live on the outskirts of Kandivali where the 8 laborers are working.
Kandivali, there's lots of Kandivali, but
Yeah.
there's Thakur village, which is
Yeah.
one street. In
And where are you?
Kandivali. I'm in Thakur village.
So you're rich.
Yeah.
I'm not rich,
You're
but
scum, Kajol. You come here and pretend to be leftist. I hate your tribe.
excuse me, where do leftists come in?
Okay.
So I'm just saying that I'm not rich, but my building has a swimming pool.
Now I
My
know
building
where,
is a swimming pool.
Now I know
Because of the repair work
where
that's
the
going on.
leftists come in. I know it's a pool.
Scary.
All right, question number 1. In which country is it legally possible to marry a dead man?
You ask my wife, it'll be here.
I can give you hints when y'all want it, but
Wait, we'll let Naveen try. Now he's the educated
Is it
one.
Sweden? They're obsessed with dead people
why are they
Japan, then.
obsessed with dead people? Sweden?
because they want to like even
No, the
have
suicide rate
euthanasia
in
machine and all
Scandinavia
that.
and Japan is the most, and
Yeah.
the mortality rate is such that they're the only places where population decrease is very sharp.
Okay.
So that may be his point. As his lawyer, I'm just saying. I don't
Alright.
know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What about you, Cyrus? What do you think?
So
Give us
Shovik
a
Bakshi
guess.
saying
With
Okay,
the 190
Europe.
countries.
It's a
Guys,
European country.
Shovik Bakshi saying
European-
Kabristan.
European country,
It's too funny.
European country. You're allowed to buy a dead man.
Country known for food?
Italy.
No.
That's the first country you'll think of in Europe for food. Second will be
I
France.
think every country has food, no? I mean,
Italy and
how
France.
would they
French and
survive otherwise?
Italian.
France.
Decide.
France.
Ah,
France.
well done, Brocha.
No,
2.3. Well, Naveen is talking rubbish. Kabristan, Pabristan, having his bad
Oh,
stand up.
someone got it. There are a lot of people who got the answer.
Obviously, a lot of people got the answer because they can Google it while
Yeah.
I'm here with my hands
Yeah,
like this.
because in France you can't tell if people are alive or dead because based on how much they smoke. It's
It's
just like they all are looking gaunt all the time.
Kunal and I do this Shashi Tharoor take over. He dresses up like him, and we ask people to, answer the word, explain the word. What you don't do in rehearsal is nobody Googles, but in the actual place, everybody's taking their phone out, and in 3 seconds, yes, it is a really fat person. Yeah, 30 people have the answer.
So the word you're looking for is Kunal only.
Kunal only. It's another country. Yeah.
So for people listening in, you can legally marry a dead man in France. They introduced this law because a lot of women were engaged to soldiers who died.
Oh,
And they once had an incident where an entire dam collapsed and 400 people died.
right.
So a lot of people wanted to marry them posthumously.
But why?
So
Just
then they can have
emotions.
all the rights in order, right? Then they can have sex
The
also with the
rights.
body.
I
you
guess,
can't have sex with the body.
I guess
Then what's the point?
if that's your thing, that's
Fucking
your thing.
French
But,
people.
but please get an MOU from the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be implicated in that. Yeah.
You can't have sex with the body. Okay, I don't care what.
In this
happens
case,
else.
MOU stands for Memorandum of Undertaker.
Let's not get on a high moral horse here. If, for example, I was to die
Is
and
the
Naveen
horse
wanted
high
to
or the
have
moral high?
sex with me, I would I need, for lieu of some payment and a contract would be like, on my death, he's allowed to do this. As long as there's an MOU, I'm saying. It's two consenting adults, one being dead.
Yeah.
It's always the best way to have a relationship, right?
Yeah.
This has
Like,
taken a weird.
You're
turn.
lying dead
It's
in
not a
bed
weird turn.
anyways. Might as well just be
Yeah, exactly.
felt up one last time, probably.
What the hell? You try to make people happy with the situation from where you are.
I don't know. It's a very dark space because I just finished a Jeffrey Dahmer show on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
And it's
Please
still
don't
like-
say you're hero.
No,
Yeah, okay,
of course not. In fact, like there are a lot of tweets on the internet which are like obviously saying
Okay, wait. What is this comment? How do you say "mera mal
"Marto
marto
off
off ho gaya"
in French.
But Marad, by the way, Marad is a French name. If you take Marad as a French name, you're,
Yeah,
you're almost there.
Marat Janjira.
Uh. But Gujarati and French is very similar. So you can say Mera Marad Mari Gayo, which sounds French.
In French, it will be how do you say married?
Oh God, the accents on you on the show are terrible.
Are we
I
going to do this for the rest of the show? Are we just going
No,
to,
we're not going to.
prepare
We're
like
not
French
going to.
people?
We're going to go to question
My
number two.
accent is dead.
Mademoiselle.
Question number
married.
two.
I'm waiting for him to finish his stupid.
I do the Jack Clouseau only. I realize.
It's not even Jacques Clouseau.
It is.
It's more
Okay,
like,
okay. Let's come out from France. Okay, next question is, in which city would you go to jail for 3 years if you logged on to someone else's Wi-Fi?
Wait, really?
Really?
This has got to
You
be
ask very
India.
difficult questions, Kajol. I
Is
don't
it
come in
India?
the morning here to be quizzed
India?
like.
Maybe let's get the hints, then we can have a fight. Yeah.
It's in the eastern part of the world.
Hey, put this Aditya.
Eastern part of the world. So you're saying China, Japan.
You
Korea.
can't name all the
No, I'm
countries.
looking at
I just
countries.
take
No, you
a-
want a city, so it's tough anyway,
No,
right?
it's not a city. Let's take it as a country.
So if it's Tokyo, I mean, first
No,
I
no,
would
it's
get
a
Japan.
country. It's a country.
Is it
Go
North
with Japan.
Korea?
No, I would go with China or North Korea. North Korea doesn't have Wi-Fi. He's not allowed it. He's not allowed it. You guys don't follow North Korea.
Yeah, he's...
How do we follow
Entertainment,
North
they
Korea?
clap their hands and look at his poster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they cry when he dies.
No, they're not allowed to cry. They're told when to cry.
Yeah, that's what
Emotions are controlled.
emotions are controlled.
And that's
yeah.
an evolved society. I
Yeah.
hope we can do this with the people who are listening to the show. Now laugh. Now stop. Okay, a hint. One more hint. Korea? No, not only Korea. Harder country.
it's a country where you've got to be very well behaved.
Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, manners.
China, no.
China, no behavior.
Well behaved. In the eastern.
You'll find a lot of Indians there.
Singapore.
everywhere. The bloody Indians are
Singapore.
Singapore, you go. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Singapore.
Well done. Well done.
Singapore.
Well done.
Yeah, in Singapore, if you log on to someone's
Bastard.
Wi-Fi,
I'm very competitive.
you
with
can
these
go to
games.
jail for
Yeah.
3
Don't ever do
years.
this again.
In Singapore,
Wait, before that, I have a huge message I want to share with everyone. It says, welcome to Cyrus Says Cock and Bull, presented by Volvo Car India with pet care partner Heads Up for Tails. Well, Sparsh, it's there in the comments, so I'm supposed to read it then, am I not?
That was sent at 9:59 a.m. by the
But
way.
I can't see that with my glasses.
It's true. See, he's the
Hey, Ram.
one. He's the one who's doing all this.
Godlike devotion in the middle of the show. Sorry, Kajol, we're cutting. We must not kill your momentum. Do you know what an ultra crepidarian is?
Yeah. Yeah.
this quiz only works one way. And let
An
me
ultra
finish.
crepidarian is a person who offers opinions beyond their own knowledge. Huh, Betty?
It's knowingly kept over.
Finishing what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In Singapore, even if you roam around your own house naked, okay, this is important.
How
for you, Cyrus.
how can they prove it?
I don't know, but they can find you under
mean-
under the rules of pornography. They can fine you for it.
But how can they find you? They can't see you.
Your neighbor can see you.
No, but one second. Is there? Are you seeing the CC cameras in flats which
No,
the
drones
they're
flying
windows.
brothers watching?
They're windows.
No, but then that's flashing also. No, you don't actually take your clothes off and go and stand
Yeah.
and say, "Hey, Falguni, it's me. Can't you tell?" No, it's like that's too
Like, I've
much.
come to do Garba.
Yeah,
Falguni.
I'm missing one steak. Daddy the pooch.
Okay, last question. This is a little tough. I'm so sorry. I'm going to give you more hints.
Oh yeah, because the earlier ones were so easy.
Yeah.
A lot of people pee against a wall, in various cities.
Hmm.
But
And
there's
the-
only one city in the world where the wall pees back at you when you pee on the wall.
Well, if someone's sitting on top and peeing,
No, the wall bounces your pee back at you.
well, that's good.
That is very
But
good.
even an older person's pee, because that's sort of dribble that comes slowly. There's
it
no
bounces
bounce.
slowly.
For the
more
old
like
person,
that.
they are the
It's-
wall
it's
and
more
the-
like left arm orthodox spin, being tossed in the air. So there's not
Yeah.
that kind of velocity. I speak from experience, not mine alone, but also people around me.
All right.
We take a long time to reach the urinal, in a sense that we start peeing and then the actual contact with the
Have you
urinal.
ever done it in public? Like,
Pee,
yeah.
always.
What?
Man needs to pee, needs to pee. This is India.
like not like hyper city area,
Yeah.
like more like sequestered corners.
I at least turn and face the other side of the highway when we
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
to pee.
yeah.
Mr. Vijayakar, there what's the difference? So let
Oh,
me
dear.
tell you, and for poor bikers,
I should
and
travel
all
with
that,
Kunal more. I
you
think.
should.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get his point. I mean, what kind of person wants to see you pee? Also, I mean, you're doing it as a majburi situation. They
Yeah.
didn't build toilets everywhere. You are a.
Suppose you're caught unawares. Like, I'm traveling on the highway.
But
and I'm
who
just
wants to
seeing
stare at you pee?
But I don't want to get even the first glance, no?
You know what
Yeah.
happened? I'll tell you
The
a
funny
story.
thing is,
Tell.
in villages, I'll just have a quick thought. In villages, because dhoti and gagras, both men and women pee the same way, and I find that very nice.
How?
That
Are you-
nobody's standing,
are you
nobody's
getting
sitting.
Not the
titillated?
same. Ghagra doesn't have any.
One second,
middle
he's getting
thing.
titillated. What are you talking
No.
about?
How will you pee the same with a dhoti and a ghagra?
Because both of them have to be lifted like on the side.
No,
niche.
but dhoti you have to.
No, he's
open.
right. So what they do, they have someone squat and do it.
They
sometimes.
sidestep
They
it.
side squat it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an odd
I'm
posture.
I'm sad I have to
It's not
explain
like the-
logistics of it, but it does happen like
Okay, I
that.
get his
Kajol.
point is visual
I
imagery.
was not lying.
We
when I
don't have
said
the
that.
visual imagery, but what we can do is turn to Rishi and Sparsh and they can, show it.
Show it.
Can you just-
Get on the chair and do it.
So I have a terrible story where my sister had come down after 5 or 6 years with a family, and they're all Americans, etc. We were driving 2 cars from Alibag, or 3 cars, and Kunal and me were in front, obviously, and we decided to pee somewhere along the way. And then suddenly their car passes, and my sister's screaming at the kids and saying, "Don't look! See, this is what happens in India. They pee on the roads and all that." And then she's like, "Oh my God, is that Cyrus?" Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
So my nephew
And you're like, welcome to India.
they were like, not only is it a poor country, but our very own uncle is one of those
poverty-ridden people. Yeah. Shit.
I had a friend who should get people from abroad coming to stay with him, and Indians only. He should take them out to eat kulfi and pan and all. And in his car,
But the Indians, they know what kulfi and
हाँ
pan is.
नहीं. After that is the treat used to come. He should say, "Abhi, abhi, feko." He should make them throw that the containers on the. He said, "Feko,
Yeah.
have fun."
And they break, no?
No, it's just thermocol, yeah.
Acha,
But
acha.
it's a-
I know the
but
clay ones.
throw the garbage on
the pleasure
garbage
of
on the
littering,
road.
of
Yeah,
littering.
yeah. In
yeah.
Kolkata, if you have the clay thing, you
Yeah.
have to throw it and break it.
Now,
Like,
I
that's
think
the
the government is
custom.
doing that in South Mumbai because they just throw things everywhere. If you look, the roads are just a mess, complete mess. Everywhere you look, there's just, I can't even describe it.
Yeah.
You guys don't know what it's like. Kadivali is beautiful. Beautiful. Come to Marine Drive and just see. If you can see any drive left, there's no drive.
Only marine.
Because they're building the entire thing.
Yeah.
And they've got traffic jams at all odd hours for no reason because one lorry is reversing.
Yeah, you
70
can't have your filmy South Bombay moment anymore unless it's like 3 in the morning and there's no traffic. Like now, if you're like stuck like this at fucking Marine Drive, you're like, "Ki, fuck this.
Yeah, man.
Fuck this dream. Fuck this
What
Queen's
was the
necklace."
point of my grandfather doing well in life? It's
Yeah.
a waste of time.
Yeah,
Really.
And you're going to be underwater in 10 years.
exactly.
I'm in Malba Hill, as long as I don't
and
leave the house,
and that's
I'm
what I
okay.
find, like not
But
Bombay.
but the good thing is I get to see people die. So I'm like, okay, Brinda, faster. It'll be fun. Yeah.
Like y'all will have every door going and Jack and Rose happening on those doors. It'll be too
Hey
cute.
guys, you'll all come over to watch the fun, huh? Forget
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Olympics. Let's
Yeah,
watch
we'll come.
Valkeshwar dying.
Yeah, Wankhede Stadium won last time.
Yeah.
For the ages.
The Shahs have a magnum.
But what's
opus
the
wedding.
answer, Kajol?
What was the question, Kajol?
When you pee, the wall pees
In
back.
which city of the world does a wall pee back?
Give us hints.
I have an answer.
No,
It's
okay.
Rahul Dravid.
Okay, it's not the wall. Oh God, yeah. No, okay, it's in Germany.
The Berlin Wall.
No, it's not the Berlin Wall, Cyrus.
Then
Okay, it's a city in Germany.
Dusseldorf, Frankfurt, Bonn,
It's got
Munich.
it's got like a food name in its name.
Berlin.
Frankfurt.
No.
No. Hamburg.
Hamburg. It's
So
Hamburg.
what is the wall?
They coat the wall with a hydrophobic paint.
I love the Germans. Let's do this.
That's a hate crime.
Yeah, come on, it'll be fun. It'll be like a great bakra, no? We just set it up in the highways and all that.
Yeah.
The poor guy, he goes there, tuck, tuck,
But
tuck.
on the highways, there's natural vegetation, so that's
Yeah,
fine,
yeah.
right? Like I have a story about peeing recently.
Yeah.
Like I've been peeing constantly, but like, recently had a story about it. It's not like I didn't pee since then. So we were on shoot in Hampi, okay? Like near a
You already got the gag.
yeah,
Go on.
near
You
a
had a
water.
humpy of a shoot. Huh?
Yeah, Hampi around the shoot, and we were at a water body, okay? And I'm like, okay, I have to pee now. And there's like 20 people on the set and some people watching the shoot, so I can't be like in front of them. So I start trekking up a small hill on the side, okay?
Mm.
And everybody's like, "Where's Navin? Where's Navin?" They see me like some kilometer away, just trying to find a spot to pee because I'm like behind this rock. I will pee. I'm like
Facing
behind this
or
rock.
backing?
So the rocks were all like, so you can't pee like this because it's an uphill thing, right? So if I pee like this, it'll all trickle down only.
Physics.
So I have to pee like
Thanks
this.
for
but-
explaining that.
Yeah, I have to pee like this, but with behind a wall, behind a rock, and there
Yeah.
are boulders in Hampi, right? So I'm like trying to, and then one of the we had a security guy with us for like these reasons, and he's like, "What are you doing? There's a leopard, fucking, there's a warning right now. There's a leopard in the open. Come down." And I'm
Actually,
like, "But I just want to pee," and he's like, "Come, I'll show you the spot." And it was so weird because I had to come down, and this grown ass man is taking me another grown ass man to a pee spot, so to stay away from leopards.
Wow.
Listen, that's how women pee anyway.
I
in the
gotta-
wild. We've all got to go together.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I got a serious. Oh, sorry, I'm getting titillated now. Just wrong information. All these hot young women going to pee and like, brosha.
Just now you asking who.
Care to watch?
Just now you asking who
I
gets
know,
excited.
man,
Who gets excited when a man
This is
peeing?
horrible. Yeah.
All
Can I tell you my Humpy story? So we had
Yeah.
a producer called Dumpy. in MTV. That's right, and we shot in Humpy. Can you imagine how that went? Imagine the whole day,
Oh,
all of us, more than a day, we had to go 2 Humpies, maybe 2 days, I can't remember. But Humpy and Dumpy, can you believe it? Humpy,
Yeah.
Dumpy. 2 days of Humpy, Dumpy.
Had a great fall.
And everybody did it. Everybody on the set.
Yeah.
20 people, real majburi at its worst. There's nothing else. Yeah.
I worked with a girl called Mumpy once. It was too fun.
Mumpy.
Yeah, her name was.
Bengali.
Yeah, of course.
So Mumpy.
But speaking of
Mumpy. Oops.
but speaking of
Ouch.
being on a shoot,
Wow. How we've taken this
Yeah, I
in the
know.
right direction.
no, but it feels like you're very secluded in a vanity
In a
van and all
Exterior shoot, outdoors.
that. Outdoor shoot. I mean, even otherwise, they give you the vanity van.
Yeah.
But
No, but there are shoots where you don't have anything.
no, what do you do?
You have to go and pee in the wild. I mean, wherever you find.
Where
place
you
to
all
pee.
change clothes and all. You can't just.
We change. Boys is no problem really. For the girls, someone has to cover them literally
Okay.
like that.
I thought
So,
all
and
shoots-
Saukar. Girls
Yeah.
and Saukar because he's shy. Yeah.
I just realized Amit's pet name is Bumpy. Somebody pointed
Yes,
out as well.
yes, it is.
So you should take Dumpy and
Dumpy,
Bumpy.
Bumpy, and Humpy. We've
Yeah.
got the show.
Yeah,
Manmohan Desai Productions. There
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah.
Humpy, Bumpy, Dumpy.
Then I'll come
On
and be
that lovely
grumpy.
note,
Yeah.
let's go into today's sustainable story. Sustainability story comes from the country's smartest boffins at IIT Kharagpur. A study conducted.
Kharagpur.
Kharagpur, yeah, IIT Kharagpur, very well known.
I thought it was Kharagpur. Kharagpur.
You
Oh God,
bastard.
I'm so happy.
Once
it's
you wanted to
live.
let it go, right? You wanted to let her embarrass herself for 20 minutes. I saw your face. I saw your face. And Rishi, just look at these guys are so bad. Naveen, they wanted to just let her put her foot in it and in it and in it and go on for 10 minutes about the same
The
thing.
fact that Kajol like France,
Yeah.
Hamburg, Dusseldorf, and you're like Kharagpur.
Kharagpur.
Oh,
And not only that,
shit.
justified it when I asked her.
Oh, yeah, you're like, yeah,
You
it's a
haven't,
place.
you can play the link.
Oh,
It justifies the name of this new city.
I am
The
so
segment is
sorry.
not sustainable
Big
anymore.
apology to the boffins at IIT Kharagpur.
I think Chetan Bhagat is an ex-alumni of, isn't he Kharagpur? He is, no?
And then Kharagpur only.
Ah, in your face, in your face,
A study,
in your
conduct-
face.
a study conducted by the students concluded that there has been a significant drop in sulfur dioxide, SO2 levels in India in the last decade as compared to the previous 3 decades. The reduction has been credited to revised environmental
Navin's falling asleep.
regulation and adoption of the effective control technologies such as scrubber and flue gas desulfurization, which basically means that the pollutants are treated at the source.
Guess who
Can
didn't
we
guess
talk
who
to
didn't
each
get
other
into
like
IIT Kharagpur? Guess who didn't get it?
Guess who's back in the house?
Before being released into the environment.
Yeah.
This is a promising sign to tackle. Just stop smiling, Cyrus. This is a promising
It's-
sign to
It's
tackle.
like you're really fighting hard to show interest.
This is a promising sign.
We should just quit on the Veerdas story. That was funny. we had 1 or 2 good stories. Yeah. Come on. Come, beta. Said to this what the swimming mothers used to do when I was young. Shabash, come on, come on.
If we
Come on,
do
Sonal,
it well,
pull,
we'll take you
Sonal,
to
pull,
Kharagpur.
Shabash.
Come on.
Come on, Sonal. Come on.
This is a promising sign to tackle the environment-produced pollution problem. And a positive news like this is not talked about enough in online or even offline forums. Full power to the IIT Kharagpur dudes.
Wow. And I'm saying, wow, you know why, right?
Dudes. Yeah. You made it, Kajol.
Can you
So
imagine
proud of
no
you.
one listening to the story got anything,
Anything
except
about the
name of-
story? I
of
have
the
no
IIT
idea.
Kharagpur.
Yeah. I have no idea what happened. There was sulfur. There was production. There was environment. But I don't know what happened.
Not to be critical.
Yeah.
It was a
But-
silvery moment.
But we all had a good laugh, and that's what
Yeah,
matters.
that's it.
Laugh-o-meter will
I mean, if
change
they
the
want
environment.
intellectual stuff, they can't come here anyway, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's ridiculously stupid.
Come to Artha Lab, guys.
Yeah.
All right,
I believe that's great. Yeah.
shall we go into a break? So let's go into a break, and
Right.
we're going to be coming back with a lot of topics.
When we come back,
Like
we-
how to pronounce
Kharagpur.
Ulasnagar. Or is it Alasnagar?
Hello. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On the Life Manifesto, host Zarina Punawala sheds light on childhood trauma and its long-term adverse effects. On Simplified, in part 1 of a 2-part series, the hosts decipher the tech behind AI-generated art while also questioning its ethics, role, and power. On Smarter with Sid, Siddharth explains the dynamic between B2B and B2C marketers and how they learn from each other. On the Advertiser's Guide to the Galaxy, Karthik Srinivasan, aka Beast of Trial on Twitter, explores how an ad campaign by an inner brand wear might be affecting people's body language. And on the Filter Coffee podcast, Karthik is joined by Abhinav Mahajan. Abhinav is a fitness content creator, and they bust some of the myths about the fitness world. Once again, I'd like to remind you all, don't forget to visit our merch store. It's on ivmpodcast.com. We have a link to the store. It'll take you to our partner's website, beyondfollow.com, and you can go directly beyondfollow.com/IVM. Also, do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Please do spread the word about this show or any of the other shows that you are listening to. You can do this by telling a friend, because word of mouth is helpful, or rate or review these shows wherever you're listening to them. That is also really helpful to us. And just a reminder, a number of our shows are available on YouTube as full video podcasts. Do check those out as well. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week: Bumble, Volvo XC40 Recharge, Heads Up for Tails, HDFC Mutual Fund, and TransUnion Civil. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Hi, I'm Cyrus Brocha. I'm bored of the name, so call me Biscuit. I just love hanging with my dogs. And by dogs, I mean all dogs, but my dogs. Not my dogs, as in my friends. My friends are different kind of dogs, of course. I mean, that's confusing. You know, I've got my train of thought. Let's move on. But that's for another day. Anyway, my dogs, doggies, the ones with the tails, are the most loving little things ever. Firstly, they still get excited to see me every single time, which is really impressive. They get excited just to see me. Excited like I'm Amitabh Bachchan or Shah Rukh Khan or something. It's such a great feeling. If I'm ever feeling down, all I need to do is spend some time with my doggos, get a few snuggles, and I feel better almost immediately. So doesn't someone who makes you feel that way deserve the best of everything? Yeah, I just shouted it out just to make my point. That's why I use Heads Up for Tails for all my pet care needs. They have pet food, cool fun toys, grooming products, and tons more to choose from. Do I need to go any further? Just visit headsupfortails.com or head over to Heads Up for Tails, the super pet store, because your little pet deserves the best. Of course, I'm saying little pet, haven't seen your pet. It's the big pet, then your big little pet deserves the best. You know what I mean when I say little pet, right? Pet?
Hi guys, we're back. And
Yeah.
Before we go on,
Mayday landing the plane in 25
We
minutes.
just googled the alumni of IIT Kharagpur in the meanwhile.
And give us the names.
It's Sundar Pichai,
Most irritated with you,
CEO
Kajol.
of Google.
Yes.
Arvind Kejriwal.
He won't let you in Delhi again. Huh.
Yeah. Then Vinod Gupta, controversial
Yeah.
Democratic
Left leaning, but he's also upset.
Biswa Kalyan Dutt, our colleague.
Yeah. Who pretends not to speak English, but we expose the bugger. We can bloody speak English better than Shakespeare, but he pretends not to. All
Jitendra
these guys,
Kumar,
this
the actor.
fraudgiri is allowed
Yeah.
amongst comedians.
Yeah.
I'll take this avatar today.
It's just funny that all the alumni may only one lady they show or two. Sangam
That's what,
Mitra,
you get out of,
Bandyopadhyay.
that's what you get out of this.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay,
oh
I'd
fuck.
like to apologize.
Someone called
to-
Gaurav Taneja is also and he's a bodybuilder. I want
Yeah.
to show this.
I'd like to
I don't
apologize
know
to
Tanita,
all
huh?
those alumni. And I also want to say that the sustainability story of the day was powered by Volvo XC40 Recharge.
Right, you got to say it with love. Volvo XC40 Recharge. I know I not follow him, but I do watch some of his stuff. Yeah. His stiff legged deadlifts done by him will be very interesting for you. Slightly more local style.
Yeah.
Because I know you love your deadlifts. So you watch his Gaurav Taneja on
I like my heavyweights.
SLDLs.
Cool.
You
All
don't
right.
go heavy.
Next topic.
I just want to watch you do your stiff legged deadlift.
I won't do anything. I'll just watch.
Guys, I want to discuss the fight happening between Falguni Pathak and Neha Kakkar.
Yeah.
There's not really a fight.
It's not really a fight. It seems to be a fake fight.
It's a
But she
also like
One stole the other song. Let's first set up the premise. Then we can understand.
so yeah.
So Falguni Pathak sang this song called Maine Payal Hai Chankaye. Okay.
One sec. This goes back to Kharagpur. Let me just check. I will check the title.
मैंने पायल है
You sound like Falguni.
The third
Sounds like
battle.
Falguni. This is better than the French accent. I want you to do more Falguni. That's
I know.
all.
I used to play Falguni as a child.
I can
Oh.
imagine.
Yeah, because my mom would leave me at my godmother's and the girls were obsessed with Falguni Pathak and that was the entertainment on TV, right? Like, मैंने पायल है
So
चनकाई
this is a
और
great
like,
season for you, Navratri. As we
yeah,
speak.
I know.
Oh.
I could just play a Falguni Pathak body double and
Garibo ka Falguni Pathak just charged less. Which is, in the old days, she was charging 30 lakhs
Yeah.
and all. Huh?
Wow.
Ridiculous.
30 lakhs for a night?
For this 9 nights.
Oh, for all
Yeah.
9.
No, for
one night. She's very expensive.
30
We don't cross. Yeah. She was the
Yeah.
highest paid. She and then
30
Preeti and
lakhs.
Pinky. So at MTV, one of the things we did was
Yeah,
we used to
Preeti
cover
and Pinky
Navratri.
also is good.
With Navratri had a lot of sponsors and a lot of young people obviously going for it. So big shows, Goregaon, etc. We go and cover them. And guess who would always have to cover them? Who was the dancer extraordinaire with the garba sticks who was wandering around? Was it Maria? No. Was it Malaika? No. Was it Nafisa? No. Was it Sophie? No. Shanaz? No. Chinappa? No. Saukar will come after Navratri is over, so they couldn't send him.
Yeah.
It was me. I had to go.
You
Everywhere.
were the scapegoat.
I had to hang with Falguni.
That's nice.
I mean, that would be awesome.
She was very sweet.
Yeah.
So to set up the
So
story.
Falguni sang the song,
Yeah.
and then recently Neha Kakkar has remixed it and sung it in her own inimitable style.
But she's very good.
No.
I like her.
I think it's
Every
imitable.
song sounds like a cabaret, yeah, then.
You're really mean.
I mean,
It's
I'm
true.
saying what I
Actually, like
think.
the song was supposed
Just
to be not
because
touched at
Neha's
all. I would
surname
agree.
rhymes with...
Chakkar.
No, I was going to say Thakkar, but I thought you'd go with the bad word that he thinks of in his mind. But I was looking at Silvery, whose surname is similar sounding.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Thakkar.
Now we just
Kakkar.
segued unnecessarily
Yeah,
and
it was
killed
just
the
a-
momentum of a
yes,
lovely
yes,
topic.
terrible.
Are they fighting or not?
So what happened was the song came out, everybody hated it, and then they're putting stories up on
The remix came out.
the remix came out,
Yeah.
and it's pretty trashy. To be honest, on a
Sounds like
song,
cabaret.
it's like there's a horrible fucking like when they like I'll say the chorus because that's iconic, and then there comes like an electro techno beat, and it'll be like tung tung tung
But
tung.
that's what they do with all modern
Yeah,
songs.
exactly. And there's no need for the song to be touched. I'm like, write your own songs, make better music.
Yeah.
But
How about-
everybody's doing that. No, I mean, it's not
just
like
because
a-
everybody's doing it,
No,
y'all. That's
she's
why
not stealing it,
right
nah.
now, even in the film
It's
industry.
being done openly, right? She's not taking the song without
So
permission.
so
right?
here's the thing, right? Like these music companies that are the
Who
greedy
owns
ones.
the song?
The music company, like one of
So
the.
is she in the same music company as Falguni?
I
There must
mean,
be
like
something, yeah.
they have brought the rights from
Then
them.
so
and
it's legal.
I know it's legal. That's not the point. That's beyond the point. It's the trashiness of the song that's the question, right? So the story goes that this came out, the song came out. Whatever my opinion was, everybody on the internet hated it.
Yours is aesthetic problem.
No, but Cyrus,
You
suppose
guys are saying
they
that
remade.
Listen to
not
it.
done
Suppose they
justice to the
remade
song.
MTV.
I'm talking about legality.
Suppose they remade MTV Bakra with someone who.
What do I care?
With like that guy, who's that curly haired idiot who's like always there with his big face.
Priyanka Chopra.
No,
Jim Sarp.
no. What is that guy's name? Xerxes Valia.
Xerxes, yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
the fuck his name is. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
like his
Xerxes.
face. But I still have to watch him, right? Because Bakra's memory for
So
me.
what? What does it matter? These
It
things
matters.
move.
If you're listening to this, Xerxes, please stop.
Yeah,
blaming
why do
me.
you disrespect poor
He has the biggest Adam's
Jerks-
apple I ever saw.
Jerxes did nothing wrong.
Jerxes.
I'm
gonna-
going weird reason.
Example. Anyways,
What a weird example.
listen to me. Listen to
I think
me.
it's all pet angst
I've
he's
never
got.
noticed
He must
a
have read a
man's
Patao
Adam's
Wadia.
apple.
Wadia straight. He's angry. He's just
Yeah,
going after
like-
him now.
like-
Never
have-
noticed a man's Adam's apple. You all notice these things? though?
I noticed women's Adam's apple. That scares me. Very often I'm
But
saying,
yeah,
oh, wrong number.
Oh, shit.
Out I go. Where's my pant?
Women have Adam's apple. It's
They
It's a
do.
smaller apple.
And Kajol, wrists, women with big wrists, there are a few of them. I hope I don't, scare anyone. Why? Are your wrists big?
They're not.
Huh? Oops.
Hey, they're not. They just look big on camera.
Yeah.
the
So-
webcam adds 5 pounds.
Yeah.
This one girl was telling me, I hate it when the man has thinner legs than me. Okay, Indian men, there's a lot,
Yeah.
Because most women have, it's just an area where they have more
I don't
mass.
like men with thin legs.
Yeah,
I know what
Cyrus.
it means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the longest time, I actually used to ask the same thing. Like, you're working on the entire structure. Why not the legs a little
But I
bit?
can show my quads, but every time I do it, they're saying Valga, Valga, Valga.
No.
my right leg storm.
I'm a big fan
you
of
saw the picture.
chunky thighs and legs.
Yeah.
That just turns
My
me on.
thighs
so
are not
hard.
bad. I've thin calves. They're genetic, so very genetic body part.
Yeah, you should put protein in there.
No, not. I have to take an oil called synthol, which is dangerous.
Synthol?
Synthol oil.
Yeah, that's the name.
Nice.
If you drink it.
Acha,
No, it-
getting back to the
gain-
story
gain
of
size and hairs,
Falguni
which can't
Pathak and thing.
gain them.
So people are
Falguni
hating.
also takes it. Huh?
Yeah, she has chunky legs.
Yeah.
Now.
And he knows that because we share the same trousers. All three of us.
Yeah.
Times are hard for entertainers. You're like, ho gaya tera? Okay. Oh,
So,
fuck.
anyways, then people are hating on it, and Falguni Pathak was reposting all the stories where they were like, "Ki Neha
Oh,
Kakkar
so
ne
she
ganda
was
gar-"
grinning and enjoying it. Is
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you're
she
saying.
was like-
yeah.
just like watching the world burn from
Yeah,
far away
yeah,
on
yeah,
Twitter
yeah.
and on
But
Instagram.
I'm not involved.
I'm
Yeah,
not involved.
yeah.
Like, this is what your opinion is. I'm just reposting it. And then Neha Kakkar lashed out saying ki it's everybody's opinion or whatever. Then people went for fat
No,
shaming.
wait. Neha Kakkar lashed out saying that I'm famous. I'm doing very well, and you're all jealous of me or something like that. It was
Yeah.
designed to inflame.
But
the
they were,
masses.
they were trying to be mean, weren't they?
You,
So she
you have an
reacted.
opinion, no?
I just want to take her side.
Yeah, at least one person is on her side.
So what's the fat shaming?
So then on the internet, somebody remixed it like with that song ke badle, that naya version of the song.
Say the line.
What?
What is the fat shaming line?
There's no fat shaming line. The song was replaced with the hati aaya karke.
Ooh.
Oh.
So then, like, they were like making versions of it where because Neha Kakkar, since her Indian Idol days or Fame, like, whatever the
Yeah,
fucking show
yeah.
was, she's put on weight.
But yeah, she's
And-
carrying a pound or two.
Yeah.
But it's not like Falguni is slim. I'm
No, but
just
now
saying it's not about
Falguni is off the
weight.
hook.
Yeah,
They're
Falguni's
just
done her
attacking
job.
Neha, yeah.
She's made the song
See,
years
Falguni
ago. and-
never changed. She was always, let's face it, a woman of alternative, pursuits and all that. So that was her style, right?
Yeah, you
So
can't
either
even
like it
bully
or
her
don't
like that
You can't
because
bully her.
yeah.
That's who she is. what he's saying is Neha switched from a young, pretty. No, she's still pretty, but she's put on a few pounds. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Neha,
and
if
then
you're
she's
listening, I
dancing
think you're
also in
very
the song and all.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have criticized dancing because she's on the chubbier side.
Yeah.
So what happened is in the whole gamut of things, the movement moved to like, but why can you say that? Like you can't say that to Neha because then she's done a good job. Now they are saying the song is good just to make her feel better, which is again
But
very
anyway,
very
at the
internet.
end
But in the end, there's
at
no
the-
real fight between them.
No, because,
There's no real
because they
fight.
released a promo of Indian Idol where Neha and Falguni are going to be on the same episode.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
all created. you
It's all
think?
created.
Wow.
But it must have been pre-recorded, no? The
No,
episode
no,
also.
it's coming next week. I mean, all I'm saying is this is all buzz for the episode.
But now it sounds
I'm
a
pretty
little.
sure.
Now it sounds a little contrived. The whole thing, no? It
Yeah.
does. Because there's no fight. Also, everybody remixes old songs. They do the same damn thing. It seems a little odd. Even if, whether you like it or not, that's who cares anyway.
It's the same thing that Kashyap and Anil Kapoor were doing, right? When
Yeah.
we started trashing each other on the
Oh,
internet.
yeah.
And,
And it
everybody
turned
like,
out to be
"Oh,
a film.
a
Correct.
movie thing only."
Unbelievable.
A
Hey,
boring
Navin, you
film,
choose.
yeah.
We do. I think we do the same thing.
Okay, cool.
So abuse me now.
Cyrus,
Oh,
you piece of shit.
Thanks. No, not thanks. I mean, how dare you?
Achha, I just want to point out to all the fans, my name is spelled Navin. I have one pet peeve in life. Please don't spell my name with two E's.
Why?
I don't like it.
All the Navins I know were two E's.
That's your problem.
But that's not fair.
Not my problem.
It's in my head, man. I can't just take it out now, no?
But you don't have to spell it when you talk to me, Cyrus. You
But,
just say Navin.
but you know how I am. I spell while I talk. I'm spelling all. I'm texting away while I talk to you. you know?
Yeah, then
Yeah.
spell Kharagpur for me.
Correct. Go. Not correct.
Yeah. Just want to put it out as a PSA.
Yeah.
Even if you're putting me in any tier, put me in the right spelling while I tier.
God, we
please.
lost Sundar Pichai as a sponsor.
Shit.
One.
Now we can't look for anything.
Bloody anchor, and that's it.
Okay, I'm going to do my job properly this time. If I can just get the scrolling
We
right.
are not criticizing, yeah. Gosh, nobody's saying anything.
Do we have more sustainable stories? I
No,
can't
no,
wait.
no, no.
Sulfuric acid
Wait,
is my
wait.
favorite thing.
Yeah.
We have heads up for tails, pet tail story.
Oh, sweet. Woof, woof.
Our possum story for today comes
Hmm.
from the state of West Bengal. The November of 2016 could have been the end of the life of a 7-day-old baby girl abandoned by her biological parents on the cold streets of Purulia in West Bengal. A school teacher named Ulhas Chaudhary heard a baby crying on his way home. As he followed the baby's cries, he saw that 4 stray dogs were guarding the baby girl who had been left and abandoned. This obviously caught the attention of the school teacher. On seeing him, the doggies sensed a feeling of familiarity and allowed him near the baby. Ulhas immediately alerted the locals and the police, which helped rescue the child. The doggies followed Ulhas to his house as he took the child home and didn't leave until she was handed over to the police station. The police then took custody of the newborn and made sure she reached the hospital safely and was well taken care of. If it wasn't for these Indian dog heroes, the baby girl wouldn't have survived the night, as the area is known for attacks by wild animals, including wolves and bears. Truly wondrous creatures dogs are.
It's a beautiful story, except for that last line which politicized it. It said Indian dog heroes. You know, once again, even the animals, we're looking at where you come from, bro. Aadhaar card hai kya nahi?
But like our street breeds are so cute also. It's
But Naveen,
amazing.
you know, in Kerala, they were killing dogs for, people overreacting to everything and whatever. But I have to tell you, my experience is stray dogs are the greatest people in the world.
Yeah.
The best hangout
Yeah, they
partners. If you travel the streets of Mumbai and other cities of
Oh
India.
man, like I
Come
met
on.
so we were shooting behind like a printing press in Charni Road, and this one dog called Kali who became just my friend throughout the entire, because we were just shooting and sitting there, right? Every time she would just come and like wait for pets and everything. So wherever we went, she would just be around us, and that's like such a calming thing to have. Like like an animal trusts you so
Yeah.
much by just like meeting you the
No,
first time.
I just think it just gives you a nice rush when you meet the dog.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of therapy.
My sister was showing me these messages of like in their building, like if there are a couple of dogs, there are some like hoity-toity people who are like, oh,
Don't feed the dogs.
हाँ,
कुत्ता को निकालो.
मेरा बच्चे को मैं
हाँ.
छोड़ने गई बस स्टॉप
घर
पे
पे
तो
लेके
वो
जाना.
भौंकने
घर पे
गया.
लेके जाना. The same
Yeah.
4-5 things they say.
Yeah, my kid
Those-
ran away and the dog ran
This is
chased him.
why I believe men should wear heels, because if you can hit these people with heels, it hurts more.
Yeah. And we should do the same thing. Like,
You can't
when
hit
when
people with heels properly. You have to stamp on them with heels.
But then I have to, my hamstring may go, and I'm old now. I have to be careful. Because I suddenly, I have
Hitting
high
people
impulse.
with heels makes no
understand, I have
difference.
you can
high
use the
impulse
base
problems.
to flap, and then if they misbehave, then fucking nail them. in
So it's
the
like a
head.
hammer. Tuck, tuck, tuck,
Yeah,
tuck, tuck,
yeah,
tuck.
yeah.
No, it does not work that way.
That
Can
same
we
rule
try
that
it?
they
Rishi,
apply
Rishi,
when they
just come
take
one
their dogs out for a walk. When some people take their dogs out for a walk, they
Yeah.
take a stick for the strays to keep
Yeah.
them away from them. I don't
It's called
understand.
selective loving. It's
So I'm-
that's like racism.
Yeah, I'm
in
going to
dogs.
take a stick and walk in general.
That's a great point. I argue with that. Obviously, there's no owners who do this because they don't walk their dogs. I have to argue with these guys. I
yeah.
don't make it a class issue. But I say, ये stick kai ke liye? Ask the guy like that. And the guy, kutta, kutta. And I'm like, there's no logic. He's just got this fear. The dog senses fear, and the whole thing is negative.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to make the dogs friends with the other dogs and sort of be more positive around people.
Yeah, and I've noticed like in certain like dog-friendly areas, for example, where people live and like people have pets and kids will come and interact with them. The dogs have their own park and they all chill. Such a nice vibe.
Yeah.
Like time
Isn't
slows
it?
down. Life is better for a
Yeah,
moment. Everybody is
exactly.
getting along. There's none of this fear. There's none of this shit. And if you just like dogs and cats and all have their own little space and all, it's gonna be
And
nice.
what kind of person wants to run them out all the time?
Oh,
Nikalo,
man.
nikalo, khana mat khilao. I don't get that. How does it matter? What's your father's business about that? I don't
My
get it.
building likes cats. So we have a whole band of cats,
Hmm.
and each of them eats with a different watchman every day. So they've
Oh.
got their
Like a date.
like a date,
Yeah.
lunchtime date. But have you
Uttam
noticed?
Singh, biscuit is ready. Yeah.
But have you noticed people who have dogs and people who have cats are two different people?
Yeah.
Like people who have dogs love it when you're nice to their dog and the dog likes you.
Yeah.
People who have cats, they're not very happy when their cat likes
Very
you.
individualistic
I
animals.
like she pointed out to me with a
Yeah.
thumb, just
Yeah.
like in general.
So I have a lot of cats in the gym we go to in the morning and all that. And there's nobody there. So we feed them and we get to pet them. But they're not giving. But they do. They come and rub and all that against you.
But
they're
that's
not
for
like,
their
they're
own
not giving.
little sensation.
so you don't get the kind of love and affection you'll get from a dog. But that's okay. Animals are different.
So I was back
pythons,
in.
for example. I tried to hug a python once.
What?
I took 45 minutes to extricate
Where
the
do you,
python.
where do you find a python to hug?
Well, ladies.
Where did
You have to
find
struggle with your own python for 45 minutes. That's the hilarious
it? Oh,
part.
God.
No, so recently I went to Bandar and my mom was there. So I was like walking around. My best friend from like back in the days back now. So we go back our old roots walking around.
Is he still the best friend? Or
Yeah, he's still a good friend. Like, he's always been my,
he's demoted.
he's demoted. Yeah. I mean, like after 10 years, what do you
So
expect?
mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Now my partner is my best friend.
He was my best friend growing up. Up to hai, but
Yeah, now we don't like are in each other's lives like we used to, right? So we were walking and it was rainy, and this little cat just like sitting over there, like shivering and like very like obviously in cold, whatever. And I'm just like petting
but
him.
not under a surface.
There was a branch of tree or whatever,
Oh.
and he was a little cold, so I started petting him, of course, and everything. And in no time, he's climbed on my leg, and no time
Oh.
he's now in my
Warmth,
arms,
yeah.
just like he's
They're
there.
very good with the heart and stomach area. The
Yeah,
cats.
they know where the vibrations
Yeah,
are coming
yeah,
from and all.
yeah.
And it's like I'm like, oh, fuck, I want to take him home, but you can't just take a cat home like that. Like you have to leave him and
So
be like,
with
okay,
Abbas, the cat goes on the stomach because he's got a digestive issue.
yeah,
So immediately that's where the warmth comes from.
it's like a cat bed only. Your
Yeah,
stomach,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
furry and it's big.
Hey man, it's
Mhm.
humanitarian gesture end
Oh
of the
my.
day.
I like it. I like big
Yeah.
furry bellies. But
Really?
yeah,
Which is the cat on Abbas, not
Yeah,
separate.
Billies. not bellies. So anyways, so
Kajol,
then-
what's your take on furry bellies?
And I like furry chests. I
Yeah.
don't like furry bellies.
furry
I'm
just a nice.
confused. Is this the cat on the man's chest or does he have a hairy chest? What's
No, we have digressed a while back. Yeah. But anyways, next day I went back to see if the cat's still there, and if he's still there, I convinced my mom and dad that I'll bring him home and we'll take care of him types. Okay. And I go back and there's some stranger sitting and this cat is now chilling with him on his lap.
Oh, you
And I was
Betrayed
like,
you
what a
felt
whore. Yeah. Well,
cheated
just like,
on.
yeah, but no, he was actually a very friendly cat, and I noticed that mama cat was behind only, so he was safe. There's no need for me to
watching them
displace him.
play one of the
Yeah,
best
with
things you could see,
kittens
two
play.
kittens playing.
With like sunlight, they lose their shit. With leaves, with like anything, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Kittens are
I
Our
don't
gorgeous.
know.
sponsors are the dog people, right?
I know, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I
dogs
think
and cats,
they have heads.
no,
I go to Heads Up for Tail stores to buy cat litter and cat stuff also.
you can't have empathy just for one dog and one breed.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
an extension of an
Danzo
ego.
keeps on telling me to have cat food. Okay, now whenever I look for anything, it shows me cat food. And
That's so good now.
It's cheaper for
it
humans to
sounds
consume.
delicious.
When I
Yeah.
first got my cats, no, you had to like really go to a selective medical shop to get cat food or online.
Hmm.
But now so many of the chemists keep some of it.
You know what is a
Which is
sweet
good.
food for cats? Kit Kat.
Oh,
All of this build up for all this.
but have you ever
Rishi's,
tasted any cat food?
Rishi's expression.
Yeah,
Have you ever tasted any cat food?
I have.
Hey, how does it taste?
Terrible.
It's like jerky. Like
Yeah.
I had a chicken strip once.
I had dog liver biscuits. They're terrible, man.
You had that
You shouldn't
also.
have those. Yeah.
No, you smell them, you say, okay, bearable. And then you try to bite it, and it's whole
Yeah,
different.
They
It's very
put, like-
hard now.
Not just hard. The taste is atrocious. It's like really bad.
Yeah.
It's like
Compared to the cat pellets that I've tried.
It's like baked fish.
you
ziti.
tried that also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I
No,
was the
try-
only weird one.
Not weird. I don't have work. So what do I do for the rest of the day? I want to do something, man.
In my uncle's house, they had dog.
It's
biscuits.
always your uncle, no? Your stories.
I've got to have some families.
Third uncle story. Third.
I've got other uncles. So they had a bottle of dog biscuits because they've got a dog. and the maid once misunderstood and served the guests
Nice.
the dog biscuits.
The smelly ones, or there are slightly more
They are
subtle
not
ones?
smelly. They are
Yeah, because
not.
they realize that even the dogs have the 5,000 times stronger nose. If you don't like it, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Then what happened?
But I think my uncle and aunt are pretty rich.
Chilled?
So the guests were not very keen
The
to.
power structure being what it was, they had to just enjoy the biscuits.
They enjoyed the biscuits.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to get some people who owe me money and do this.
And now you should see their code, Cyrus.
Can you, Mr. Mehta, fetch the ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very loyal Mr. Mehta is now.
Okay, I'm going to go into the AMA.
You should, because it's 11 o'clock.
Yes,
almost.
yes. Okay, let's go with Shavik Bagchi's comment for me.
Why
Okay.
don't we just call him here? He's always on the show. What's going on?
Okay.
He's in spirit.
We should call him here.
Yeah.
We should call a top 5 on, no?
we'll call Shavik
Top
Bagchi.
5, top 10. maybe.
Shavik Bagchi, you said that you loved the story I had of my house being cut in half because my father made fun of the management of Sophia College, and that story is completely true.
Yeah.
I did grow up in a very small house because my father believed in freedom of speech. Okay, now that it's out of the way.
So that you wanted to just tap yourself on the back.
That
for a
was
second
Very
and waste
underwhelming.
my time and
Kajol,
his.
yeah.
I mean, where's the cat story, which had such beautiful emotions and all that, to your story about family losing the home?
Okay. GK's got a nice question. Did Aisha allow you to do romantic scenes in your film like Fruit and Nut? The kiss from Dia was awesome, Cyrus.
Aisha has not seen or heard anything I've ever done. She still thinks I'm a lawyer. So, we just go with that because our parents wouldn't have allowed her to marry some guy who's entertainer. We can't even describe what we do. It's not even clear. Not even
Yeah.
to me after so many years of doing it.
Mm.
So I'm like an Uber driver without a car, it's a pointless exercise. What he's referring to is a movie, unfortunately, which lasted 2 days, where I think we did have a small kissing.
Shoot wise or like numbers wise?
Shoot wise, it took much longer. It's really frustrating. You're right. We can shoot for so many days and then people watch it for less than 4 minutes. It's like
Yeah.
that, yeah.
But somebody watched Fruit and Nut. Yeah.
But when you do something where there's a little kiss involved, I've done plays also a lot of times. The big problem is you have to go and find yourself a mint before that
Mm.
for safety because you
but
can't take a chance.
How?
How do you not get aroused?
No, I'm not asking that. Let me answer my
No, of
question.
course you can get aroused. That's
No,
okay.
no, like-
You can't, why should you not get aroused? In fact, if you get aroused, it's a better scene.
But can you really commit to the scene with so many people around watching?
I can because I'm an exhibitionist, but very often the others can't. I don't know. I'm not like I've kissed so many girls. But in acting school in Strasbourg, we did a few scenes.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
great fun, really, because the women throw themselves into it.
Okay.
So then your competitive edge is there also because the women
Yeah.
are now competing with you. It's not so much chemistry. It's more like I will kiss and hump you
Yeah.
more than you can kiss or hump me in this scene in the bed. There's a
Yeah.
play called Modigliani about the
Mm.
famous painter. There's a big love scene there, and there's a lot of dialogue within the love scene. But you can't stop making out because they're making out and talking. Clearly,
Correct,
they're out of
correct.
breath
It's
and
the
all that.
passion of it all.
And
Yeah.
she was like, this girl was like fantastic,
Mm.
because we were doing it first. The rehearsal was okay, but when we did it in front of the class, and I was like, in my head, I'm saying, what the hell? She's taking me down. This is India versus UK.
Fight back.
Fight
Yeah.
back, man.
Yeah.
Put your tongue in the right place. Stop.
Yeah.
Fuck the dialogue. Nobody's
Yeah.
listening anymore.
That's what I was like. So Nick Pillow and I used to do a skit in our show. We used to call Homo's Odyssey, and one of the sketches was us make. It was called Homo's Odyssey, yeah. And there was a scene where like both of us had to make out, okay? And the premise was I'm the gay one and he's the straight one in the scene, and we're acting for a movie, and there's a set we're working on. Somebody has to say cut from the side and all of that, okay? So and it was so difficult because we started rehearsing it at his house, and every time we'd make out a little too much, and I'm like, this is, and because we're both gays,
Oh, he's
like,
gay.
yeah, of course he's
Oh.
gay. He's in real life.
How
He's
do I
gay.
know it's an acting job also?
No, it was a comedy sketch like on stage. So then it would be very difficult for me to like not get aroused by it because he was my type also. But then
These guys come on the show and just digress into their own
one sec.
things all the time.
And then one time we were doing the version of this show, and his now husband, then partner, was there, Amit. Okay, and I was like, I feel so weird before the show. I'm like, he's here and he's going to watch the show, and I'm going to make out with you and he's like, Amit, are you okay with Navin kissing me? And he's like, yeah, I'm here to watch that only. And I'm like, fuck. And it was nice.
Wow,
It was-
well played.
After that, was it uncomfortable?
it was not. It was great.
And Amit, the dynamic didn't change.
Yeah, dynamic had changed a little bit,
It
but
did.
like in a nice way, in a healthy way, that we could do this and not be awkward about it because we were entertainers at that point.
So with she was English actually in the class. The funny thing is that the moment it's over, there's no chemistry.
Exactly.
They're so
Are
good
you
at switch.
serious?
Yes. So I'm an
How?
Indian guy who's lonely there. I had no money. I'm living with 4 other guys in a small house.
Yeah, this is the most action you've gotten here.
Oh yeah, I thought, boss, मैं तो बच्चन बन गया अभी. I'd say I just have to walk around
He was like,
Strasbourg.
this bed is my scene now.
Bro,
Just bring the
it
girls.
ended. They did the evaluation. We chatted a little bit, whatever.
Hmm.
And the next day she just says hi. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought Suhag Raat ho gayi.
I gave you
thought
my
it was
heart.
Day 3.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
So
the
that was-
revelations are
cold,
mad.
But
cold.
this
Yeah.
is when women can be clinical like that, it's another ballgame. We're not used to it. We think because men have the bad name or whatever of being, non-emotional.
I don't know. Okay, I'm clinical in the sense that once I'm done with a person, I've broken up. I do not want to see their face again.
No, but there's nothing wrong with what she did because what you did is wrong because in a sense there's emotion involved. There, it's for a gig. And the gig is performed, and then you should switch off. Switch off, switch on is acting.
Yeah, it's.
So, but
I don't know how
you're
people
doing
can
it
do
for
that.
a real relationship.
So
That's mean, right? Because the guy's invested in you, invested in him,
you-
and you're like,
if the
okay.
relationship is over, why would you? I don't understand the whole. We want to stay friends after the relationship.
No, that's
I don't
stupid.
understand.
That's dumb.
That's just dumb.
That's
That's
really.
just dumb. You
That's
can't
so
stay
patronizing
friends.
also, no?
Yeah, you
He's
can't.
such a good guy. What is a good guy? Because you don't like him now, he's a good guy.
Like it's okay to have them in your vicinity, but not to like be friends. You can't just chat the
Because
way.
if it's one
I think you
upmanship
should
going
never
on,
speak
Yeah.
again if you have a
never
very
speak
intimate
again. Never
relation.
speak again.
Because it's
I
such
think
a
that's
fake
inhuman.
relationship. I mean, you're licking each other's saliva at one point, and then
Yes.
what do you want to talk about? How's your mom?
And it's a one-upmanship. Everyone's trying to prove that
Yeah.
they are leading a better life
Yeah.
now. Like subtly, I'm seeing
Or-
someone.
Correct,
Ah,
exactly. Or like how you don't matter. And
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
bullshit.
but I'm thankful. Like
I
I've
mean,
I've
you and
looked
Nick
at all
Pillow
my.
and Amit, different story altogether.
Yeah.
By the way, which Amit is this? Hello.
Oh, shut up. Okay, wait.
Why shut up?
Not a bumpy.
Well,
Yeah.
Not bumpy.
Yeah.
Brother of Dumpy.
He was grumpy.
Let's go with Harvesp Kasad's. Okay.
Just one of our regulars whose
Yeah,
name
whose
is
name
not
is
that
butchered,
hard.
yeah.
Just say the Harvest.
It's like harvest, but with a P.
Yeah.
Harvesp.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, all. Thoughts on Gehlot being out of the Congress president race due to rebellion saga? Can the tamasha get any worse for Congress?
Stop
Firstly,
laughing, you bitches.
I'm really angry with the Congress because we, for our TV show, we wrote stuff about the 2 guys who were the forerunners. In the
Shashi
thing.
Tharoor and
Yeah, and him. And then by the time we set the,
The
it went
line.
on air, there were 16 people in the fray suddenly. And older and older. Kamal Nath is 216.
yeah, they're like Rahul Gandhi is going for a walk. Here's a chance.
Except him.
Yeah.
Everybody's thrown the hat. Even Kejriwal was like, मैं तो आ गया यहाँ पे, I'll
Yeah,
just take a
I'm from
chance."
Kargarpur.
Yeah.
Can I just?
He'd win. There's no
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Say it correctly or vote for me.
Okay. This is
Yeah.
a question from Jinesh Udani. Cyrus, have you been following the Magnus Carlsen Hans Niemann
Yeah.
cheating row?
I was asking Palom, and I'm not able to understand the whole thing, exactly what happened.
Who the fuck
But he
is
walked
Magnus?
out basically in some sort of, what contrite anger or whatever. He just walked out. He didn't complete the game against Hans Niemann.
Which game is this?
Chess.
Yeah, we have no idea who these.
Kargarpur.
I first thought, can you bring the question back? I first thought it was a Bond villain, Magnus Carlsen Hans.
Okay, Jinesh, we'll save this for when we have the spotty people on.
Yeah.
I don't want to,
Wrong question for wrong audience.
label, but this is the one talking about saliva, kissing,
Body parts. Yeah.
what is it?
Dogs and
Threesome,
cats.
Oh my God.
threesome with comedians.
Okay,
and-
I went to Cyrus, the Cock and Bull, and I googled my name. Okay, the bum suckerwalas with Kajol, sex
but that was
massage
a fabulous
with Kajol.
episode. That was really funny.
Yeah, but the thing is, it just sounds like I'm dirty.
But it's okay if it makes you famous now.
Kajol, you started a sex show in the middle of the pandemic. What do you
Oh,
think?
which reminds me, yeah, the Thirst Trap, the sex show from the pandemic,
Wow,
is live
that was quick.
Yeah.
this Saturday.
Talk
at
about
10
integrity,
o'clock.
huh,
Building
Naveen?
it up.
Integrity में एक चीज है ना?
I'm
Wow,
on the show. I'm on the show.
That's fantastic.
He's on the
Okay.
So Naveen and I are on the show, and Abbas and Aditi Mittal and a lot
And
of
when you think sex, these are the names that come to mind.
so
Or
10
the lack
o'clock,
thereof.
lower
So just
Pharrell.
quickly, forget now places you're like Silvery, let it go. But what is the premise or the main thing?
sex show, sex
No, so
comedy
what,
show.
what happens?
Thirst Trap. Oh, okay. So we do sets and
It's
sets.
talk- it's talking.
SETS.
SETS,
Sets,
sets.
Talking.
It's talking. But
This is like
after-
my sex. Just talking.
No,
but
no,
there have been in the
listen.
past where I've taken off my shirt with the
Oh
harness
my
on.
god, that harness.
I've worn
Oh,
handcuffs,
S&M
S&M stuff. I've worn a
How
handcuff.
come,
to the,
Naveen, you're part of the S&M stuff and the rest? Why the girls part of it? What happens to me as an audience
you
member?
participate. I'll teach you.
I want my thing. And
Just
no
close your eyes. See,
disrespect,
major part of S&M is closing your eyes and believing in it. Then who's touching
one
doesn't matter,
man's
Cyrus.
meat is another man's paisan. So I want to see the girls doing this kind of thing. Why do I have to see? I mean,
But where are you in the S&M
no,
ladder?
I'm an audience member, Baba. I'm
No, you
watching.
can't be an honest
You
member.
can't
You
be
have to either
honest. You can't be
participate, be a
honest
masochist or a sadist. Otherwise, you can't be a bitch
One
watching
second, I don't
it.
understand this whole show. So it's interactive.
It's an interactive show.
Okay.
So we're going to have a
I'm talking
panel.
about a sex show, a little sex show, but like we're talking
Yeah,
about
that's
a
fine.
comedy.
We're not. Please don't come to thirst trap with these expectations. Do not come in
Kajol,
harnesses.
this is beating up Abbas.
Yeah.
What the hell, yaar? They firstly they think he's the bouncer.
They'll get a whip. Yeah. More Muslim hate crime we need in this country for no reason.
But
The
after-
Muslim guy didn't let us have sex on stage. What the hell?
Okay, the unique part about Thirst Trap is that after the show, we have a panel discussion where we are all the
Hey, that
comedians
sounds
on
fun.
stage,
Yeah.
and the public gets to ask us questions which we answer about sex.
So it's just a better version of our show.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, more controlled.
Yeah.
More.
Without the sponsors, you don't have Volvo Car India or heads up for tails.
It's true.
Like the way I did that much.
Shall we wrap?
Why are you looking at him? He's 22.
He's the producer.
He knows where I
22 is the right age to look
That's
at.
your point. Yeah. Okay, we're wrapping.
Anything you want to plug, Cyrus?
Your hair.
Yeah, there's a leakage in the 5th floor. I really would want that done because terrible is right above the pot, yeah.
Yeah.
How does that happen? Because the wet areas and everything are the same, right? In a building.
Of this building, you're saying.
This building for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was drilling between our recording. Just
Wow.
like somebody like the
You horny bastard.
yeah, we couldn't stop ourselves.
Now he does, Mr. Pillow, start now.
Good thing about these cameras is they don't cover the basics.
Would the sound come into the show?
Yeah.
That bad? That means it's serious drilling. Huh? That's like war, bro.
That
That's
was
horrible.
good drilling, yeah.
Okay. Somebody got their money's worth.
Like the one they do in Dubai. Chalo, let's go.
Why?
Because oil.
Oh.
I'm covering all the
Yeah.
connections.
Intellectual comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that
Above our pay
lovely
grade.
note,
Chalo.
let's wind up the podcast for today.
We should
Goodbye,
do a
guys.
queen's bye when we say bye nowadays.
That's-
Until we remember her memory.
Until we remember her memory.
I don't know what to
Two positives don't make a negative. So it's
We
okay.
need to stop
We'll stay
doing
with
this.
that. Yeah, well, my hands are tied.